Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about discussing simple and compound interest and credit card and consumer loans. And today's discussion is entitled Financial Math Importance in Everyday Life with the theme Mathematical Application in Daily Life. Before anything else, these are the objectives for today's discussion. First is to know simple and compound interest and its uses in everyday situations. Second is to understand how to construct the best investment strategies that minimizes the risk in the real world. And lastly, to apply mathematical formulas and equations to financial problems, market modeling, and data analysis. And this is our conceptual framework.
Knowing the purpose of simply and compound interest has been beneficial to us. Credit cards and auto loans have been interest rates too, even though they have higher risk to take on. Let us first tackle the term interest. Interest is the amount paid for the use of money. It is also paid for the money borrowed from a bank. Accordingly, the money deposited or borrowed is called principal. The interest percent charged or earned is called rate. The number of years the money is invested or borrowed is called time, and the money paid for its use or growth for investment is called interest.
Hey guys, guess what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I joined an online game with hundreds of players. And guess what? I won!
Wow, that's great. I guess you're really good at it.
I won 10,000 pesos. I'm actually planning it on investing for 5 years so it will grow.
Well, if that is your plan, I suggest you invest it in my non-cooperative group that offers 2% invest rate per year.
That is right. To give you a view of what's going to happen with your money, we will explain it to you. To start off, which will be the principal, will be multiplied with 0.2, which is the 2% interest rate. After getting the product, multiply it by 5, which is the number of years you are going to invest it.
Correct. After that, you have the product that is equivalent to 1,000 pesos. That is the invest or growth of your money invested. By adding it to your 10,000 pesos, you will have the total amount of 11,000 pesos after 5 years.
I'm actually finding ways to grow it bigger, but I guess I can start off with a cooperative group. Thank you! By the way, after 5 years, once I get the money, we'll get something to drink.
Simple interest is the interest that does not become part of the principal. The formula is I is equal to PRT. I is the interest, P is the principal, R is the interest rate, T is the number of years. Solving the previous problem, we are going to use the simple interest formula. Principal is equal to 10,000. Rate is equal to 2% or 0.2. T is equal to 5. This is the designation and solution. In the end of 5 years, we will then have a total amount of 11,000 pesos.
Hey, you're one of those who work in a bank, right?
Yes, you're right. It's amazing that you can still recognize me.
If that's the case, can we ask you about investing money?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
I'm planning on investing the money I've been saving the past few months. I want to invest it for 5 years at least to have it grow. Basically, I have 8,000 pesos. If I invest it, which between simple interest and compound interest having the same 2% interest rate per year should I choose?
Well, for simple interest, 8,000, which is the principal, times 0.02, which is the 2% interest rate, times 5, which is the number of years you are going to invest your money, you're going to have the product of 800. By adding 8,000 to 800, you're going to have the amount of 8,800 after 5 years.
Well, that's kind of a small amount.
Yes. Meanwhile, the compound interest, you will have 1,000, which is the principal, times 1 plus 0.02, which is the interest rate, that is 2%, divided by 1, which is the conversion periods, and years raised by 1 times 5, which is the number of years you are going to invest your money. By calculating the parentheses, you will have 1.02 raised to the power of 5 times 8,000. You will have the answer of 9,274 pesos, which will be the amount of your money after 5 years.
Then now I know which one I should choose. Thank you for help. It means a lot.
Compound interest. Compound interest is the interest that sum becomes the new principal amount. The formula for this will show up at the screen. A is the future value, P is the principal investment amount, R is the annual interest rate in decimal, N is the number of times that interest is compound per year, and T is the number of years the money is invested or borrowed for. For instance, people use the problem and the role play given previously. Using the formula shown, let's distribute the values. This is the designation and solution. So we will have the product of 9,247, which is the amount of money you will get at the end of the period.
Now let's talk about credit cards and consumer loans. First is a credit card. According to Latoya, credit limit your credit card issuer give you. A credit limit, by the way, is like a loan. However, instead of giving you the full loan in cash, the bank lets you take as much of the credit as you want at a time and allows you to use a loan over and over as long as you pay what you have borrowed. According to Janet Berry Johnson, APR, or the annual percentage rate, is one of the key factors you should consider when shopping for a credit. Introductory, promotional APR. Many cards offer an introductory APR, usually 0% on balance, transfer, or purchases for anywhere for a few months to a year. You read the terms and conditions and pay off balance before the APR jumps up its regular rate. Regular APR. After introductory period, most cards offer a range of variable APRs depending on your credit worthiness. Your actual rate will be determined by the issuer when you apply. Cash APR, banks and issues typically charge a higher rate for cash advances and interest accrue through there is no grace period here. And for this reason, it is recommended to avoid credit card cash advances whenever possible.
Consumer loans. It means a secured or unsecured loan given to customers for personal, family, or household purposes, or for consumable items such as cars, boat, manufactured home, home equity loan, home equity line of credit, signature loan, signature line credit, and recreational vehicle. It is usually given on the basis of borrower's integrity and ability to pay. It is also called consumer lending, consumer credit for retail lending. In general, the higher your credit score, the lower the rate will be. Individuals with excellent credit, which is defined as any FICO or FICO credit score between 720 and 850, should expect to find rate about 10% to 12%, and many individuals may even qualify for lower rates. FICO credit, by the way, is a particular brand, a credit score. Back to the topic, lenders' interest rates on secured personal loans typically range between 5% to 36%, monitored by government regulatory agencies.